Hi guys, so today we'll be talking about fractions. So a quick introduction. In today's lesson we will be going over fractions. This includes what they are composed of, and what they mean in the real world. So the first part of our lesson will be the basic concept of fractions. So, what even are fractions? In simple terms, fractions represent a part of a whole. In more general terms, they represent any number of equal parts. Fractions have two parts to them. The top portion is called the numerator, and the bottom portion is called the denominator. So in this example right here, 20 is on top of the line. So if it's on top, it means it's a numerator over here. Below the line, there's 57, which is the denominator over here. The numerator is the top half of the fraction, and the denominator is the bottom half of the fraction. So, what are the different types of fractions? There are three main types of fractions: proper, improper, and mixed numbers. I'll just be going over this briefly because it's not important in today's lesson. So here's a small description for each. A proper fraction, over here, is the type of fraction you guys see the most. It's when the numerator is less than the denominator. Things like 1/2, 2/3, 3/4, or over here, 3/5. An improper fraction is when the numerator is greater than the denominator. These are more irregular and you don't see them often. These improper fractions can actually be converted to mixed fractions, but that's a subject we won't be going over today. A mixed number, on the other hand, is a whole number plus a proper fraction. 2 is the whole number, and 3/5 is the proper fraction. So, visualizing fractions. How can we put this in the real world? So let's imagine you have a piece of paper, just like this, a normal sheet of paper. Now, if we fold that paper in half, you notice that we get this line in the middle and two sides. So we now have two equal parts of the same paper. This is a classic example of a fraction. One side of that paper, let's say this side, represents 1 over the total parts, 2. So the fraction of one side will be 1 over 2, or 1/2. Another way to think about this is the numerator being the parts accounted for, and the denominator being the total parts. We are accounting for one side of this piece of paper over the total number of sides, which is 2. There are two parts to a fraction. The top is called the numerator, and the bottom is called the denominator. In a fraction, this is always the case. Or should I say, in a proper fraction, this is always the case, no matter what. The identities of these two values can never change. Here's an example. We have 1 over 2, or 1/2. 1 will be the numerator because it's above the line, and 2 will be the denominator, which is below the line. The numerator signifies how many parts of the whole is being accounted for. The denominator, on the other hand, signifies the whole, or the total amount of parts. So let's watch a small video on fractions. It will go more in depth with what we've learned already, and it will explain the different parts of fractions. It will also give some examples to practice with. Credits to Homeschool Pop for the video.
iExcel is helping 15 million students succeed in math and language arts.
You know what? I hope you're ready for fun and adventure because you're about to learn about fractions. It's fraction time! I love fractions because they make me think of pizza. Yeah, pizza. You see, a fraction is a way to show a part of a whole. And a whole pizza is usually way too big for one person to eat alone. People usually eat just a part or a fraction of a pizza. I'll show you how it works with this pizza here. The pizza is cut into 4 equal slices. That means the whole pizza is now in 4 parts. If I eat 1 slice, that means I ate 1 out of 4 slices. That's written like this: 1/4. 1/4. I ate 1/4 of the pizza. The top number shows how many pieces I ate, just 1. And the bottom number shows how many pieces the whole pizza was cut into, 4. 1/4 is a fraction. A fraction is a way to show a part of a whole. Let's look at 1/4 again. The top number, this number 1, is called the numerator. The numerator shows how many parts you have. The bottom number, the number 4 in this case, is called the denominator. The denominator shows how many equal parts the whole is split into. And this line actually means division. The numerator is being divided by the denominator. That's a fraction. Let's look at another one. This is a fraction you might have seen before. It's called 1/2. What if I had a smaller pizza and I decided to split it right down the middle to share with a friend? It's only cut into 2 equal slices or parts. If I eat one of those slices, I've eaten 1 out of 2, which is 1/2. This top number, the 1, is the numerator. It tells us how many slices I ate. This bottom number, the 2, is the denominator. It tells us how many equal parts the whole was cut into. Uh-oh, looks like someone wants the other half. Sorry, buddy, I already promised it to someone else. Plus, pizza isn't for dogs. Yeah, maybe we can find you some dog treats, you know? What are you gonna do, right, Mr. Whiskers? Yeah, we should probably go back to talking about fractions. Okay, check this one out. This time, I'm cutting the pizza into 3 equal slices. If I eat 1 slice, that's 1 out of 3. That's called 1/3. 1/3. The top number, the numerator, is 1, because I ate 1 slice. The bottom number, the denominator, is 3, because the whole pizza was cut into 3 equal parts. I ate 1/3 of the pizza. You know what? I've had a lot of pizza here, all right? And I get it, okay? But may I please just get a carrot, okay? I need carrots. Please, carrots. Okay, I feel better. Now, you know how the top number in a fraction is called the numerator and the bottom number is called the denominator? Well, I have a trick to remember that. When I think of fractions, I think of North Dakota. You know, the state. North Dakota. ND. It helps me remember that the numerator is on top and the denominator is on the bottom. North Dakota. I hope you don't mind. You've helped me through the years with fractions. Thank you, North Dakota. The numerator is on top. The denominator is at the bottom. North Dakota, ND. That's pretty cool, you know? Okay, now that we've seen how fractions work, it's time for a game. I'm going to show you some shapes. Each one will have 2 different colors. Your job is to figure out what fraction of the shape is red, okay? Look closely at each shape, count the parts, and try to say the fraction out loud before I show you the answer. Are you ready? All right, we'll start with a simple one. What fraction of this triangle is red? What fraction of this triangle is red? Yeah, 1/2. Half of the triangle is red. Great. The numerator shows us how many parts are red. Just 1 part is red. The denominator shows us how many total parts the triangle is split into. The triangle is split into 2 equal parts. Awesome job! Okay, what fraction of this square is red? Remember to count how many pieces are red and then how many total pieces there are. What fraction of this square is red? Uh-huh. 3/4. 3/4 of the square is red. Tremendous.
Hello,
The
sir.
numerator shows us how many of the parts
Hello.
are red.
Yes.
Video is not available, fourth class.
Oh.
Is not displaying on television.
Hmm. Can you see it now?
Red. 3 of the parts are red. The denominator shows us how many total parts the square is split into. The square is split into 4 equal parts. It's split into fourths. 3 out of 4 parts are red. That means 3/4 of the square is red. Very cool. You're getting the hang of this. Fractions. Whoa, that's a big piece. That's going to make someone very happy. Oh, it's not as big now. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's just not as big of a fraction as I thought it was going to be. You know what? Let's check out another one. What fraction of this circle is red? What fraction of this circle is red? Yes, 2/3. 2/3 of the circle is red. Fantastic. The numerator shows us how many of the parts are red. 2 of the parts are red. And the denominator shows us how many total parts the circle is split into. The circle is split into 3 equal parts. 2 out of 3 parts are red. That means 2/3 of the circle is red. Great job. You know what? We only have 2 more. Isn't that great, ducks? Where are you going? You're swimming away? You're not even going to give them a try? Wow, I don't know. I thought you could practice fractions too. Well,
Monster Math presents Counting to 10. Okay, class, let's count these munchkins.
maybe next time. Okay, here's the next one. What fraction of this rectangle is red? What fraction of this rectangle is red? Yes, 4/5.
Hello, Aniket.
4/5.
Yeah.
Aniket, Nana, can you check whether that stream is going on? Like the stream is not coming. It seems like I got some
Yeah.
call from the. Can you check that whether you start the Streamlabs?
Yeah, I did. It's live right now.
Oh, so you didn't put that go live
I did.
now or earlier?
Earlier, 15 minutes ago.
It is not coming. It seems like maybe. Can you stop that streaming
Yeah.
and show me, like, can you show me here, like,